Alright guys, it's Danny Go here, here with another result show. It almost feels super weird doing this because it's been so long. Um, how long has it been? I think the last results show was on um 9/3 and it was more a snap result show, I think due to a HOF. And since then, so that's, what is that? A month and a half? But really, the last planned one was almost 2 months ago. Um, Don't know how many result shows there are going to continue to be. May keep you guys updated a little bit more. Just figured I'd throw this one together. Throw a little bit of housekeeping in there. Um, One of the things I decided to do, I'm going to cancel my investing. It was going pretty well, obviously. Although I did kind of get caught in some positions where um, I think they're favorable long term, but it's not very exciting. The other thing too is I just decided for my life just to step back from investing. Uh, Mainly my goal in non-taxable accounts, um, which is non-retirement accounts, is to have 20,000 a year in, you know, um, dividend-free cash flow. Probably at around 16, 17,000, probably more like 17,000. Uh, and at that point, 16,000, obviously you're reinvesting that and getting dividends from that. I mean, one of the reasons, the yield, I'm a little further from my goal than I appear to be because a lot of it is I still have a large portion in um, investments with lower yield, and some of it higher liquidity, some of it not. Although some of the stuff that's not in higher liquidity, in the next few years could be moved to higher liquidity. So I'm not entirely sure that I really care. I may just say, hey, mission's accomplished on that. Maybe I prefer liquidity to the actual number. And there's some very good rationale for that. Especially like say, hey, maybe in a few years I want to buy some property or something. Liquidity could easily be highly preferable to, generated dividend cash flow, although, you know, neither here nor there. I don't know. But our biggest thing is just time. It takes a lot of time to really research investing, and I just decided, hey, at this point, I don't want to spend the time. So, if I'm spending 10 hours a week, you know, studying and investing, and I decide, hey, I'm just gonna take the dividends from that. I'm sorry for you guys who don't even watch that other one. This may be quite boring, or or maybe you might find it entertaining to watch my other video because I did run about 40% returns over the course of that video series. It was pretty nice. I mean, it was based on some unusual events, but you can track what I was doing. My general philosophy was grab a super high yield and then throw an option on top of it for even higher yield. It's kind of a, it's kind of a, yeah, I like it. But I think I don't want to continue doing that because I don't still want to keep spending the time. Not sure exactly what I'm gonna spend the time on there. There are many options, obviously. Just seeing how things play out, and I don't want to go over, that or my life, or, it just it's it kind of like, sometimes I always like to think, that the future is always sort of in motion, and I would say at this moment the future is very much in motion, and kind of um, many possible outcomes and different things, and I may end up playing a lot of board games. I may end up doing a lot of different other things. Who knows? There are so many possible outcomes, and it's uh, But in any case, I just wanted to, whatever I actually end up using that time on, I don't want to spend it studying, investing, and whatnot. I just, you know, I just found 500 hours a year to do other things, because I think everything I can do, I can reasonably, reinvest, that 17,000 a year. If I'm not buying and selling, I don't really need to worry about it. My investments are solid. I can just hold them forever. I can just, spend 30 minutes a week to reinvest, maybe even less, because frankly, I probably don't even need 30 minutes a week. Some of the accounts I could just log in every few months, So that series has been canceled. Um, the series, I don't know. I may try to do it sometimes, but again, I'm just more starting to just more focus on my life, doing things I want to do. And I don't know. I mean, not that I don't want to do this, but there are just so many things to do, and I'm very involved with my Twitch stream. So I think that kind of how involved I am with my Twitch stream, this is kind of like the same thing, but less meaningful to me. I don't want to say that harshly because I really appreciate you guys, but on the other hand, with Twitch stream, I like it because I'm actually get to interact a lot more with a lot more personal touch than here. So that being said, I'm pretty easy to find on Twitch. So if you do, want to find out how things are going, see my results, interact and talk about stuff, I would just say, hey, when you feel like that, why don't you just pop in on my my Twitch stream, and then when you pop in on the Twitch stream, why don't you just I don't know what to say, and just say whatever you want to say, So weird. I hope there's not a lot of sound going on. A lot of bars moving. I don't know why. I don't hear anything. Well, I hear stuff, but I think the desktop audio is from the game. Somehow not piping through my microphones, although my microphones appear to be working. So yeah, I'm not hearing the game sounds, but it's not happening. But I guess there are game sounds, so that's cool. All right, we're good. Sorry, that's a lot of introduction. Kind of vague too. I mean, I didn't really. I intended it to be vague. I didn't want to. I don't know why it wants me. I hate it when it wants me to enter the cave. I don't really want to go into a lot of things, But yeah. I mean, it's just it kind of just changing direction a little bit on things. We'll see where that goes. Because it's not really entirely. The future is in motion. We'll see. Okay. Let's pull up the spreadsheet. All right. Now that we've done all that wild amount of housekeeping. All right. So, I was talking about that adjustment I was carrying, due to my business. Well, mainly I sort of figured that I didn't figure that the free cash flow from the business would be exceeding the outtaking liability. I thought it would be kind of ugly for a while, which is why I was carrying it. But the free cash flow is actually exceeding the outflows. Thus, it's accretive. Since it's accretive, there's not really any liability to really be concerned about carrying in a mathematical sense, because if you're projecting like 6 months out on outflow, but the inflow is higher than the outflow, you should actually be entering a write up, which I'm not going to do. I'm not going to write up, like put in a 1,000 pip write up in that column. That's just ridiculous. But on the other hand, that I'm not going to put in a 1,000 pip write up. I'm also not going to take the write down. So because it's accretive, it is no reason to even, because the essentially the outflow is more than paid for, plus some, you know, from the inflow. Namely, so that, you know, essentially we removed that, and then that puts us into the positive once we remove that, which is, you know, is legitimate actually for accounting, I think. So yeah, we definitely got some push up on TT. We did some Spina, got a bunch of 200 peds, pushed up a little bit. You know, the general trend was pretty tight, mostly within that margin of the the expected outflow, but I mean, there's no reason to even track the outflow because the inflow is bigger than the outflow. So that actually puts us at positive. So we've basically hit the positive for the first time in about 2 years. And actually, yeah, it's about 2 years. Yeah, last I think that was well, that one was September of what year? Probably two years ago. I don't know if there was. I don't know if there was a point last year where we were in the positive. It gets complicated. I should have the years on here, but I don't. But in any case, it's been quite a long time since we've been in the positive. I mean, there was a lot of pretty tight stuff, and then, but yeah, this is the first time we're actually into the positive, so that's nice. And then we're, you know, I feel like we're in a nice setup. Made some major improvements. Well, it's just not on the game, so it's skills over this time frame of about 2 months. 4,438 skills. Meta gained like um, like 5 meta. So the meta gain was pretty poor, but the skill gain was good. I need to obviously keep focusing more on meta. I keep saying I'm gonna do that, and it doesn't happen. But you know, whatever. We're succeeding. So I don't want to, you know, be too hard on myself. But you know, an ideal ideal situation. I don't even know. Did we ever even leave that? Hopefully we did. Hopefully I showed you the spreadsheet. I'm just going to quickly go back to the spreadsheet in case you didn't ever, because I never left the preview window, but I still think that you saw it. But yeah, that's my my spreadsheet. And I was just, the only thing that I was really doing was scrolling a while to see when the last positive point was, and it was quite a long time ago. In September, I believe, 2 years ago. Although there may have been a point in the January after there. Felt like we went positive for about 1 week. I don't know. It got pretty dicey. Yeah, okay, so actually, you know, that's the September. We went positive 23 peds. It's ridiculous, but we're actually much more positive than we've been in. I don't know that I have a point that's this positive, although it's only, you know, 1,000 peds, so it's not really, you know, but yeah, I feel like, oh yeah, no, there was a point in the summer after we were positive 400, for 436 peds. So, but this is actually the highest of any of the positives recorded, I think. There may have been, you know, some stuff before I was keeping the spreadsheet. When the spreadsheet started, basically I inputted, you know, all the depot, all the depot I had received. Well, I put in the game, and I think I also kind of inputted an estimated value of all my wife's assets. That my wife died about 4 years ago. She did play the game, so I think I made an estimate of her assets that I had input in, included that in my cost basis. But yeah. Anyway, that's another reason I'm kind of getting out in the world more. Is I'm just kind of getting more comfortable, with things and more adventurous, and like, well, just start doing things, stop playing games all the time. Although I'll be out quite a lot, just not, pick and choose what I want to do. But yeah, it was kind of the cost basis was essentially a combination of my depot plus the assets that I got from her account on her death, and then yeah, so that's that. Oh my goodness, I know we're getting really sidetracked here. Let's go back to the game. Let's not get too morbid. All right, let's go back to the game. Oh my goodness. All right. Anyway, so yeah, yeah. But big thing we're doing is focusing on mining. Mining is we've been using the Siren daily to pump the unlock mineral sense. We pump that to 2,139 skills. I have the theory critical level in any skill is a minimum of 2,000. You don't want to have the skill below 2,000. The only really important skill, well, there are two important skills I'm failing on that obviously. No, not obviously, but I'm telling you it's obvious because it's obvious to me that I'm failing on it. Genetics, I have failed to move past the critical level. Although some of the robot skills I haven't done, but I don't consider it as critical because I don't have the ped cycle in there. But critically, also the critical failure is going to be equipment methodology. That one is extremely difficult to rectify. I don't know what we're gonna do about that, but working on things, see where they fall. I think that might be it for this video. I feel like I might begin beating a dead horse. I'm not sure, when I'll be doing more videos, but main thing is, I wanted to, kind of give update, that I'm kind of, going in a little bit different directions in my life than doing YouTube videos, so and also not doing investing, or I mean not essentially I'm kind of just holding all the investment they have, or reinvest the dividends, and spend very minimal time on that, just to free up time for my life to do other things, whatever those things be. And then I'm not going to do this so much. Maybe once in a while, maybe maybe every 2 months, or maybe every month. I don't know, but it's not going to be very often. So that being said, if also to encourage you, I'm easy to find on Twitch. Just I'm on almost every night, so you want to connect with me, connect there. It's a lot more social than YouTube, so that's kind of why we're doing that. And I think that's it. I don't want to beat a dead horse. We're getting pretty close. All right. Till next time, peeps. Hope you have a great one. Okay, I'll put some links in the comments in case you need opportunities to make some pets. Okay. All right. Have a good one.